Hello and welcome to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today at Drayton Park Golf Club. I'm in my swing studio and I want to do a video on how shoulder plane affects your arm plane. So it's a question I've had quite recently and I just want to show you a couple of exercises to get you feeling the correct shoulder plane and how that's going to affect your arm plane in the backswing. So really the first key point to talk about is that we want to try and maintain our spine angle on the backswing. So we're trying to maintain this angle from my pelvis through my shoulder blades, and we're trying to rotate around that. We see a lot of issues where golfers are coming up and out of their posture and their spine angle is therefore changing. So what happens for us to maintain our spine angle, and this is the bit that does take a little bit of thinking about, is your left shoulder, your lead shoulder. For a right-handed golfer, that would be the left shoulder, will actually be losing 4 inches of height in the backswing. So this shoulder, my lead shoulder closest to the target, is actually moving downwards, and my trail shoulder is working more upwards for me to maintain my spine angle. And a way of doing that, an exercise I've just got here, is I've just placed a red tee peg 2 feet past the ball. Needs to be about that. I want you to get in your normal setup. So I've got a 7-iron here, so normal distance away from the golf ball for a 7-iron. And then I'm just going to place the club shaft across my shoulders, crossing my arms to hold it in. So high up across my shoulders, not down on my chest. Definitely across shoulders. In golf posture, focusing on the golf ball. And I want you slowly winding up and trying to get the end of the grip that you can see here pointing down at that red tee peg. I've used this drill before in a couple other videos. It's a great exercise to get that feeling of this lead shoulder working more downwards. Now what you can see is I've managed to maintain my spine angle there, which is what I'm really looking for. If I maintain my spine angle correctly, so I get this correct pivot on the backswing, when I stretch my arms away, for me that's the position I'm really looking for. I want my lead arm to be around or close to 90 degrees to my spine angle. So we're looking for our spine to stay here and our lead arm, sorry, it'll be the other way, to be at 90 degrees to that. So let me just show you an exercise with a toe stick. So I'm just going to hold this from my tailbone through my shoulder blades against the back of my head. My head's going to come off it just slightly to be focusing on the golf ball. Now, if I wind up in the backswing, I'm trying to keep this angle with the toe stick, and you'll see that my left arm is pretty close to being at 90 degrees to that toe stick there. So it's that great feeling of maintaining posture, and if we get that, the checkpoints we're looking for is the lead arm is around 90 degrees to the spine angle. Your lead arm will therefore be through your trail shoulder. So for me, my left arm, as you're viewing it, will be kind of through my right shoulder. So my hands are just above my shoulder here. We don't want too much separation on the backswing when the arms start to lift or the arms working too flat across the chest. Now, how the shoulder plane affects the arm plane, golfers who change their spine angle, so actually come up and out of posture because their shoulders are working too much on a horizontal axis rather than this lead shoulder working downwards, they'll tend to get their weight shifting or their pressure shifting back into their heel. They'll come up and out of posture, generally creating a little bit more height on the backswing. Now that you would expect that because the shoulders are working on too much a horizontal axis, that the arms were working very flat. What most golfers will do to compensate, because they would end up with an incredibly short swing, is when their shoulders start working too flat, too horizontal, their arms will actually start lifting and separating away from the body. So we tend to end up with the shoulders doing this, too much on a horizontal plane, and the arms lifting and separating from the body. I don't often see the opposite, but we can do, where someone's shoulders are actually working too steep, too vertical. Okay, and what the compensation will be is the arms to work more flat around the body. Again, you would expect that if the shoulders are doing this, that the arms would lift, but most golfers, when they get the shoulders working too steep, the arms will be working a little bit more on the flat side. Another great exercise for you, so as well as using the toe stick up the back, or the tee peg just 2 feet past the ball as your checkpoint, is just to go ahead and hold with a split hand grip either end of the golf club. So my trail hand, my right hand's down near the club head, and my left hand, my lead hand up the top near the grip. Get into golf posture, and I want you just to wind up in the backswing, and again that you'll see that this angle is around 90 degrees to my spine. So lots of mirror work if you can use the mirror behind you as you're doing this. So wind up, and that's that position we're really looking for in the backswing. Here, not too much this way, not too steep. So we're trying to get it at that angle there. So we're not vertical, we're not horizontal. Like everything in golf, we're somewhere between the two. There's a few great exercises there for you to get that feeling of the correct shoulder plane, of this lead shoulder working downwards underneath your chin to maintain your spine angle, and how that affects your arm plane. I hope that's answered a few questions. Give those exercises a go. I know you'll get the feeling. Do follow us on all our social media platforms. All the info you need is coming along the bottom of the screen right now for you. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.